I've been like reading people, like psychic since I was little, and I would get in trouble for it.
Babeland? 58? What is 58?
Oh, that's a shop.
Oh. Okay, how much student debt do you have?
I have no idea.
Oh my God. No, you're for real? You have no idea how much student debt you have? Think about the person that you want to be. What do you want to be? At 45 years old, with still $20 on your account? That's it. This period is over. Welcome to Finance Action, the show where we take action. My name is Romain, and today I am with Chelsea. Chelsea, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Great. Chelsea, let's look together at your profile. You are 34 years old. You are originally from Seattle, and you currently work as a barista, but also as a doula. Is that right?
Yes.
Awesome. Sweet. Looking at the way you've rated your personal finances, from chilling to payday, you rated yourself as surviving. Chelsea, tell me a little bit more about that, and why would you rate yourself as such?
I would rate myself surviving because I live paycheck to paycheck. I don't have any savings, and that's just how it is.
Okay. So at 34 years old, living no savings, kind of what has been your parkour through this?
4 or 5 years ago, I got scammed on Instagram.
Oh.
He made me believe that I was getting paid, and I was stupid. I shouldn't have done it. I gave him my bank info, and he took like thousands of dollars out of my bank, and I had savings.
Wow. So
Yeah.
how did the scam go? How did this happen?
I think there was a post I saw where this guy had a lot of money. He's like, if you want to have this business opportunity, inbox me. And then I inboxed him, and then he's like, yeah, you can get $1,000 a week. And then my stupid self, like, I gave him my bank info. And I shouldn't have done that. I knew better. Yeah, he got into my bank app and he put money. I don't know where he got the money from, but he put money into my account, and then he had me take money out.
But how would you send him the money?
He had me. This is so stupid. He would have me send it to like a money tree.
Oh my! So you withdraw the money,
yeah,
and send him to it.
Yeah, and then he would send me more money into my bank account. Like after I did that, he would give me more money.
Wow. And you didn't think at any time, like, come on, this is too good to be true. Come on.
Yeah, and then I was like, shoot. And then when I called him out on it, he blocked me.
Of course.
I was like, you're scamming me, and this is, like, illegal. You're doing, like, this is bad.
Yeah, but you thought that free money was coming in like this?
Yeah,
Like you would send 200 and you get 300 back?
Yeah.
Come on.
I reported everything, and then they told me there's, like, nothing I could do about it. And then my bank was like, you owe us money. And then I had to close the account and I had to start from scratch. I had savings in that bank account.
Okay, so please, at home, there is nothing as free money. All of those, like, I'm a Nigerian prince and here is 35 million that someone unknown is sending you. No, but please, guys, come on. Okay, so it's fine. You've learned a lesson. I'm sure everybody here at some point has been scammed for something, and so have I. Not of that situation, but when I was very young too, you have no idea what's going on, and you think, that's a great opportunity. Okay, generally when it's too good to be true, it's not happening. Okay, it's something easy to understand. When too good to be true, shit is behind it. So just always double check and be careful of that. But all right. So you had this scamming situation, but still, I mean, how much do you think he took from you?
At least $3,000.
Oof, yeah, that hurts. $3,000. But since then, you've not been able to build back that saving account?
No, I think I'm just scarred. Like I'm scared. Like I should have savings. I was just doing so well, but a lot of things has happened since then, like COVID.
Right. I see.
I don't do as much as I used to. That's a big chunk of money. I forgot to mention though, but I do professional psychic work online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get paid doing readings.
Oh, that's interesting.
I should do that more. Yeah.
So you know what? Let's actually start straight away with our first section, Chelsea, which looks at your income and your assets. So you work as number one, a barista, right? This is your full-time job, I imagine?
My 9 to 5, yep.
Okay. How much did you make on that, would you say? Or either per hour or per month?
$20 an hour.
Okay. That's good. And you work how many hours a week?
20 hours. 25 hours.
25 hours
more
a
or
week?
less, yeah.
Ooh, okay. So that brings your... So 25 hours. All right. Let's look at your other job that you mentioned that is very interesting. You work as well as a doula.
Mm-hmm.
So first, I was not familiar with this, but what is a doula?
A doula is an emotional support person for families during pregnancy, birth, and postpartum.
Okay. And so you are literally helping people when giving birth?
Mm-hmm.
So you go to the hospital?
Mm-hmm. Help them with contractions, or even like say that dad needs food or he needs rest. Make sure he's fed. Make sure the mom's fed. If the mom's having contractions, like help them with contractions.
Nice. Okay, that's a very nice line of work. I love that. And so you're representing them at the hospital, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's really good to hear. How much does that provide you?
It depends on me, actually. It's between $750 and $1,250.
Wow.
Yes, because you have to visit. You get paid per visit.
Okay.
Like the birth is like $350, and like a prenatal visit is like $100. It depends how many prenatal visits and postnatal visits you have with the client.
That is indeed interesting. And you mentioned that you could do more than that. You're not doing as
Yes,
much as you could?
should.
I see. How many are you doing per month?
I just did one for the first time in a long time. I did one last month, but I want to do more.
Okay. And is it easy for you to have access to those? Like you could get as much as you want?
No, it's not as easy anymore. Like I said, with COVID and different hospital rules. But I should be more adamant about it, and I should market myself more.
You've been doing good with this, like you've been getting some good reviews and so on. Okay, cool. Let's move on. So you have another line of work that you mentioned. You're doing psychic reading online. How does that work?
Like TikTok. Well, it's a trend now. It's stupid because I've been reading people for a long time, and now it's a trend. Like I will go live and then like.
On TikTok? Okay.
And I'll do like free yes no questions. If you want more in-depth readings, I'll charge like $10.
I see.
But that's like on occasion, and I should do that more too. Like, why am I not doing this more? But I don't like that it's a trend now, because like my backstory is I've been like reading people like psychic since I was little, and I would get in trouble for it. But I didn't understand why, like, I would get in trouble. Like, because I grew up in I went to a Catholic elementary school.
Okay.
And I would just tell people things like, oh, this is going to happen. Or like, why are you like this? And I would get in trouble because I was psychic.
I see. And
Yeah.
is it just like you would feel something?
Or I'll see something, or I'll dream about something, and I'll tell people about it, and then they'll get freaked out, and then I'll get in trouble. But now it's a trend. People are getting money off of something I got in trouble for.
I see. How has been your accuracy around this? I'm
pretty
a science
accurate.
person.
I'm pretty accurate.
Oh, you would really?
Yes.
And it's based on someone that you've interacted with? Wow. And to what degree? Like, would you converse with them from, the dead, or just
No, not the dead. It's just like, it's more so like picking people's, or like being very empathetic, or like seeing someone's behavior, and like, we call it, like just knowing, like.
What was the biggest things that you've told someone that actually happened?
I predicted an elementary school teacher was gonna have twins, and she had twins.
Oh, wow.
Like stuff like that.
I see.
Like I predicted friends' relationships, marriage.
Okay, that is great to hear, and now it makes a little bit more sense why you would be a great person for doula.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm very, yep.
It ties up really nicely, and you have a great aura from here reading in the room, so I love to see that. Okay, Chelsea, moving back a little bit to our finance, because at It's Go, we are a finance channel. I love your story, though. We are going to say that you make net per month about $2,000. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
So that brings your pre-tax money, your total income, to about 32,000. Okay, you are 34 years old.
Mm-hmm.
At that age, the median in United States, meaning 50% make more than that, 50% make less, is about $51,000. You are at 32. So you are making less than the competition. Or there is no competition for age, but less than the statistics. Okay? So we want to work together on this. We want to increase your income, especially now as we look into your assets. So what do you own? So Chelsea, thank you for providing us our statement. And here I see on your checking account a balance of $35. What the heck is going on, Chelsea? $35? Okay. I see that you also have another account here, an investment account with $350. Do you have anything else?
Nope.
That's it?
Yep.
Do you have a car?
Nope.
Okay. Any like retirement funds?
I do, but I don't know how to get to that. Like I used to work. I know a lot of companies had 401k plans, but I don't know how to tap into that. But I want to.
So 401k, what I recommend you to do is to reach out to those corporations that you've worked with. Ask for the HR person that can recommend you to the 401k that they used. They will know. I guarantee you they still have your folder. Okay? Or at least the bank that you went through for your 401k is going to have your folder. It's very important that you keep track on that. Ultimately, potentially, you want to roll that, meaning you want to take that money from those 401ks and put it together into one so that it's much easier for you to manage. Okay? So right now, Chelsea, at 34 years old, you currently have on your accounts $385. Okay? We definitely need to raise that up. Okay, we need to switch your mindset because it is important that you find yourself in a situation at that age where you can start building yourself a future. Okay, here, if something arises, I'm touching with Chelsea for you. You don't want to be in a situation because things can quickly turn around. Okay, so let's make sure we move on and we build a greater future on that together.
Yes.
Okay, just tell me briefly, Chelsea, how do you feel about having that money on your account? Do you feel like some pressure or you feel okay?
I'm used, like I said, I'm used to paying paycheck to paycheck, but I don't want to. And like I should have at least hundreds of dollars in my account. Like $35.
Maybe thousands, to be honest.
Yeah, thousands. And that's my goal. Like I want to be able to save so I can travel and do things for fun and like not have to worry about what's in my bank account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, we'll be looking together about where you spend your expense, Chelsea. It's not the best,
I already know.
Yeah, okay. Well, actually, perfect. That leads us actually to our next segment, which looks at your expenses and your debt. So let's look together at some of your expenses here, starting with number 1, rent. Chelsea, how much do you pay for rent per month?
Like $7.85.
$7.85. Woo, that's a pretty good deal. Where? Hold on, $7.85 in Seattle?
Yes.
What is this?
Backstory is I used to live in a artist and activist housing situation in the Central District, and then a lot of bad things happened, so we basically got kicked out. And then one of the connections to the house, they were like, we can get you into low-income housing if you move by this date. And I was like, bet. And then I got in, and then I've been paying that for the past 2 years.
Okay, very good. I love to see that. This price is exceptional. Currently, Chelsea, and that includes utilities, generally low income housing. Okay. Utilities, everything included. Right now, that brings your housing expenses to 39% of your income. We like it to be at around 28%. But hey, okay, it's just because your income is so low. We need to raise that income. I actually like what I'm seeing on this housing expense. I want you for now, as long as you can, to keep this.
Yes.
Okay? Second type of expense is car. You don't own a car?
No.
Okay. But you still pay for public transportation, I expect. How much does that cost?
Like $36 a month. $36.
Okay. So let me tell you straight away right now. In your current financial situation, you currently cannot afford a car.
No.
Because your income is too low.
Yeah.
Okay? The only way for you to afford a car is for you to increase your income. Now, to me, I believe that transportation, especially in a big city like Seattle, where it's so spread, is a way to multiply your income. It gives you greater earning potential. Okay, you can travel around for specific works. For you right now, I guess you're using public transportation. Are you spending a lot of time in it?
No, and but the thing is too, where I live in Seattle, it's hard to park.
I see.
And that would be another expense,
That's true. That's true. Good point. So I am happy with you continuing to use public transport for now, as well as environmental friendly. It's good. So for now, you're doing good on this, Chelsea. I like what I'm seeing. I'm not too worried yet. Moving on to some of the rest of your expenses, and now here I'm looking at your statements. I'm actually very surprised, Chelsea, because you are spending a fortune on dining out.
Yeah, it's mostly DoorDash.
It's insane. I mean, look, dining out, DoorDash, 30, minus 30, minus 21, minus 31, minus 24. What are you doing?
To be honest, I should be cooking more.
Yeah.
But I'm so lazy lately, and that's bad. But in retrospect, on my part, like spending money at a grocery store, I waste so much food if I don't pay attention to it.
No. So no, that's an excuse, Chelsea. No. You don't give me that. No. The DoorDash, I love that. If you've put yourself as a very strong financial situation, maybe once in a while, I'm not saying never.
Yeah.
But I mean, in your situation right now, it should not exist.
Yeah.
This concept should not even take place. You also have as well like restaurants, like the chicken place, Babeland, 58. What is 58?
Oh, that's a shuck shop.
Oh. Okay. All right. That's fine.
No, but for my work as a doula, like women come to me like learning about pleasure and like stuff. So
really?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Even that? You participate in that?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So you like buy products for them? No,
like I experiment with myself, and like tell them what.
Experience. Okay. I mean, look, that's fair. I don't mind that as long as I will consider this as a business investment.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's just 58. But looking at the rest of your expenses, La Cochina $22, Chelsea, come on, and then the jackpot, QFC last month.
Oh no!
786. What the heck?
That's
is that?
my money order for rent.
Okay. Okay. Good excuse. But still, no. But come on, no, seriously, your expenses for food are out of this world, and we'll be discussing actually the sum of that later on. You will see. It's crazy, Chelsea. Because as I look into the rest of your spend from your statements, Chelsea, it's very simple. You have low rent. You pay fairly peanuts. I haven't even seen for phone. You don't even pay for phone. What is it?
Thanks, Daddy.
There you go. Daddy at 34 years old, Chelsea. Come on.
He offered.
Okay. Well, that's fine. No, but more seriously though, your expenses are two things: rent and food. That's it. But today you have $380 on your account.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Chelsea. We need to make improvements on this.
I'll cook more.
Yeah, and also I see Rocket Money, $31. What is that?
That's an app. That's an app to help you with expenses, but it's not helping me, so...
Yeah. I'll probably kick that out for now. If you're not using it. It's the same thing as general subscriptions. I see you have a couple subscriptions, Hulu and all of that. Okay, just review your subscription. I like to review at least every 6 months, things that you like, you don't like. It's an easy way to save money without making any efforts. If you don't use, you cancel. You review, it takes you a couple hours, but trust me, it's hundreds of dollars by the end of the year. So please take action on that, ladies and gents. Okay. But what I'm very happy to see, Chelsea, is you have $0 of credit card debt. That's awesome. And I actually know why.
Yeah.
One is because I don't see any credit cards on your credit score. So you just don't use credit cards?
No, but I should.
Oh, okay. So, well, hold on. What is your credit score?
Like 545.
Okay, 545. So you probably in the past have had credit cards.
Well, I think most of it, my score is low because of student debt.
Oh,
Yeah.
Student debt. Okay, how much student debt do you have?
I have no idea.
Oh my God. No, you're for real? You have no idea how much student debt you have?
Maybe like 24,000. I don't know.
Okay, so 24, like what, 25? Let's say 25,000 federal. Okay, so just as something for you to note, right now, you probably have not paid that student
None
debt.
of it.
Never?
Never.
What did you study?
Audio production and sound engineering.
Have you used that degree?
Nope.
Why?
I'm doulaing. But I should use it.
Hold on, how many times have you dueled in the last 2 months?
Once this past month.
So Chelsea, you're telling me you can't use your degrees or your stuff, but you've done it once in the past months. Come on.
You're right.
Yeah. Okay. But why are you trying not to? Why are you not trying to use that degree? You don't like it?
I like actually to do it. I need to be more accountable to myself. That's like an art form that I really love, and I need to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just. I think you need a little bit of a boost, Chelsea. Huh? Because like your situation, other than that, actually, thank you for providing us. You also have a small collection, $369. Okay. That seems to be from like Capital One, so it's probably one of your previous credit card that you had that you haven't paid. Okay, so we'll need to take care of this in the short term. But when you're telling me, oh, I need to use credit cards, be very careful, Chelsea, because what I'm seeing from your spending behavior is that I don't think you are a good credit card holder, huh? But honestly, if you have a credit card, are you gonna spend the money?
No, I shouldn't.
No, but will you though?
Probably.
Okay, so in the short term, Chelsea, please forget about wanting to have a credit card right now, because as I'm reviewing the rest of your debt, including just the student loan and collection that you mentioned, do you have any other debt?
Nope.
Okay.
School. My school debt.
Yeah, your school debt, it's gonna hit, by the way. The federal loan is that's it. But Chelsea, starting in October 1st. You're going to have to pay those student loans. And that is an extra $360 per month. You're never going to pay them?
I should.
But you're not going to do it?
No, I want to.
But at least you need to cover the minimum payments.
Yeah.
Chelsea, we don't want to stack too much debt on this. At least cover minimum payments until you get yourself in a better spot. Okay, other than that, you don't have much other debt, which is great to see. And I love to see that. But credit cards, not in the short term, Chelsea, okay? Yeah. As I look into some of the rest of your expenses, I see payments for earning app, 103, 106, 105. Now, what is that?
So Earn App is a loan app where they give you money now and then you pay it when you get paid.
Oh, no.
Yep. So 2 months ago, I got really sick and I lost a lot of hours. And now... Well, the past month, I was on a payment plan with my landlord to pay a certain amount each week, and that's how I used it. It paid though. It got me out of the situation.
It got you out of the situation, but we don't want to rely on debt to get you out of situation, because maybe it was something temporary.
Yeah.
If something big arises, Chelsea, you have $300 on your account. What are you gonna do?
Yep.
No. And with 540.
540. That's
credit
something.
Score.
Oh, yep.
You won't have even access to much debt, except for debt that is very high interest. Meaning that if you take that debt, you're going to pay so much money for it. You're in a tough spot, Chelsea.
Yep.
You need to get out of this position. And what I want to show you right now, so you can visualize some of your spend, is the next segment, our money case. All right, Chelsea, let's look together at the money case.
Oh, no.
So, Chelsea, you make $20 an hour and, you don't work a full schedule neither, but you're allowing yourself to spend a fortune on things that you shouldn't. And right now, I want to show you what that means, okay? So you can visualize where does all your darn money goes every month, okay? Because right now, you're saving $0 per month, Chelsea. Based on the calculations on your statements. Right now, per month, in food expenses, so all the DoorDash payments that you're rocking every other day, every day, you're spending $1,062 per month.
What? 1,000?
62 per month.
That's my rent.
I haven't seen one grocery expense on your statements.
Yeah, I need to cook more.
I mean, you need to cook more. This is what today is leaving you in the situation that you are. Because you're not even paying for that. You're just wasting everything that you do on stupid purchases. We don't want that anymore, Chelsea. So here, I want you to actually take that stack, see what it feels, okay? And think that there are 10 others here, or actually a little bit less than 10, and throw it in the garbage. Because that's what you're doing every month. Okay? Number one, Chelsea, I am not a financial advisor, so this is what I would do if I was in your situation, okay? Let's look together briefly at how I want to structure my recommendation for you. And you will see it's very streamlined, very easy. I split my recommendation in 3 categories. The needs, the wants, and gold. The most important, gold, okay? The needs, the money that you need to survive. And that looks at your rent, some of your food expenses. For you, Chelsea, I'm only allowing $400 per month on food. And that's already quite a bit for your income, but I don't want to cut on everything. Chelsea, per month, you currently are living, if you were to go in survival mode based on all your expense, at 1,361. If shit hits the fan, you need per month to survive about $1,400. That is currently almost 70% of your income. That's huge, Chelsea. We want it to be at 50. So you see, it's because your income is so low, okay? Your wants, I am giving you 0. I'm not joking. I generally never give 0. But Chelsea, you have $300 on your account. You have no protection whatsoever. Okay? And you've already experienced that once because last time you were sick and you had to take a loan on that. We don't want to replicate that, okay? So what does that mean? This is the number I want you to put in your mind. Every month, starting today, I need you to save, Chelsea, minimum $600 per month.
That's my food. I should not have DoorDash anymore.
That's right. You see? But you've seen the calculation. All of this crap here is preventing you from building a strong future for yourself. So, what I need you to do, Chelsea, is increase your income. Right now, you mentioned that you could further push on the doula job. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, what is preventing you from not doing it right now? Laziness?
No, it's COVID.
No. But COVID was a year ago. What about right now, today?
Still? A lot of hospitals have different rules. But I should market myself. That's where I can work on.
Yeah, market yourself.
Yeah.
This is good money. And plus, like, you seem to be a person, people. Like, I don't see you in front of a computer all day long. The feeling of helping someone, like for that moment, you are the key person for one of the biggest moment of their life. I don't know, you should find so much personal accomplishment from that, more than the monetary value. So I want you to continue pushing on this because it's your vibe. It's what you bring this energy around you, okay? This calmness and just this overall positive environment. So push for this, especially if you can make money on it, okay? So I want you at least, please, per month, do one.
Yeah.
Target is 1 to start, okay? No exception. Number 2, I need you to please stop with all those BS expenses, and we've discussed on that. Are you actually going to cook at home now?
Yeah. But
What-
sometimes I don't want to cook.
So why? Why don't you want to cook?
You know, just long days from work.
Hold on. Long days from work. You're working, 25 hours a week, Chelsea.
Yeah. I open a coffee shop at 5. And by the time I go home,
What time is it?
like 12, 1, I take a nap. And then I wake up. I don't know when I'm going to wake up. Sometimes I wake up at 7. And then I don't want to cook or anything, you know?
Yes, but you are mentioning some of your dream is to travel and so on. At some point, you're going to have to make choices. And right now, I am not even close for you having the ability to travel, Chelsea. I need you to build a financial foundation. How do you build a financial foundation? Is you prioritize your spend, increase your income. Once you have that income, you put that into what we call an emergency fund. Finance 101 is as basic as it comes, okay? It's 3 to 6 months of your needs. Target $5,000. You put that money on the side and you never touch it except for a huge emergency, okay? You get sick, you need compensation, you need to pay rent because you have a financial, not because you were lazy or not because you wanted to DoorDash, okay? Something arises for, if you have pets, something arises for your pets. There you go. $5,000. You put it on the side, you do not touch it. From that point, start progressively invest into your retirement, just little by little. Start putting that, bring that into your mindset. Because any actions that you're taking today is going to have a huge impact for your future. Okay? Emergency fund, retirement, and then now that you have a solid financial structure, you can start thinking about some of your short-term goals. You want to travel for a special occasion here. Okay, but work for it. Don't just assume that things are going to arise like this. It's going to take some efforts to get you out of this. You're not too bad, but take some efforts. I need you, Chelsea, to please take care of your collection. Okay? You have $369 here. This is highly hurting your credit. This I could see is in 2018. This was this date in 2018. So it's been years. Yeah. So you can negotiate that to maybe $100. You need to call Capital One, tell them, hey, I have a collection with you guys. Who should I reach out to? Pay that, negotiate to $100, and this is out of your way. Your credit score is going to increase. I want you to also start thinking about how you build a credit score, okay? Right now, don't use too much debt. Build foundation, and then eventually start looking into what we call a secured credit card.
Okay.
Okay? But again, all this will take effort. Are you going to take action, Chelsea?
Yes, I need to.
Yeah, you have no choice. What would be the thing that prevents you from moving forward with this?
Staying with my habits. Eating out.
Yeah, but you're 34 years old, Chelsea. Somehow I feel that you have the behavior of a college grad that's 18 years old, huh? No more. Do you want to have a family in the future?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is no shot. With your behavior right now, no shot. Think about yourself in your future. Instead of thinking about the instant moment right now, the instant gratification of ordering out, think about the person that you want to be. What do you want to be? At 45 years old, with still $20 on your account? That's this. This period is over.
Yep.
Really? Okay. So it's going to be very simple, Chelsea. I am calling you in 1 month.
Okay.
And in 1 month, you need 2 things.
Okay.
You need to have paid your collection and you need to have $400 on a saving account.
Okay.
I called you again in 6 months. And by that time, I want you to have $3,000 on your account. Those are the 2 goals that I do for you right now. They are achievable. If you're able to increase your income, as we discussed, boom, Chelsea, it's going to be so quick.
Yeah.
And you're going to switch out of that mindset of no longer wanting to survive, but actually now starting to live a real life. And not dying every month. Oh, shoot, I have $10 in my account. I can't do this. No. This is done. This is not. No, I want you to move on from this mindset and do not rely on debt in the short term. Okay?
Yeah.
Chelsea, are you shaking my hands that I called you in 1 month? You're going to do it?
Yes. No, I need you because you're making me accountable.
I will make you accountable. And we do follow up on our guests. Huh? Just today, actually, we had one of our guests that finally became debt-free.
Wow.
I followed up with her from our first episode. So I'm not letting you down.
Yes.
I am on you, huh, Chelsea. If you tell me and you take action today, this is your wake-up call.
Yes.
And you will take it. All right. Do you have any final words as we wrap up our discussion today?
No, I just appreciate you because
Yeah?
I didn't have an idea, and now you're giving me an idea. You know, I'm glad you have something like this for people because we really don't know. You know.
Yeah. And I'm gonna, as you leave, I'm gonna give you a paper that summarizes everything that we discussed, so you know exactly what to do. All right. Well, I'm excited for you, Chelsea. I love your energy overall. I feel like you have something for you. Just make it work, okay?
Yes.
As always, guys, it's a pleasure to have you as part of Finance Action. We are excited for all of the content that's coming up and the different stories that we are bringing to this YouTube channel. We invite you, if you like, to like, subscribe, and we see you next time. À bientôt.